Instructions take all the fun out of anything. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would test out and review a silk painting craft kit. And if you saw my paper making video a few weeks ago, this is the kit that I bought in order to get free shipping. I just hope this one turns out to be better value for money than the last one. Okay, so this is the little kit here, and it cost me £38.50, which I think is quite expensive, but it's also silk, and I know silk's an expensive material, so it might be justified. I hope it's justified. So it looks like we get some silk, some paints, a frame, some other little bits included in this kit. And I've never done silk painting before, so I'm quite interested to see what it's like. It says that the smooth texture of finely woven silk fabric provides an ideal canvas for painting, and the fluid colours from silk paints are vibrant and reflective. The finished paintings can be used for furnishings, wall hangings or clothing. Stretch your silk fabric onto a frame, load your brush with silk paint, apply the first stroke, and the addiction begins. I don't need to be addicted to anything else, quite frankly. And then the kit contains all of this stuff, and on the bottom it says detailed instructions. And I remember last time in their paper making kit, their instruction booklet was absolutely shite. So I hope these instructions are far better. But I'm quite interested to try it. I don't think it's got any reviews or anything. And also by the sounds of things, silk painting is quite fluid and abstract, so I don't think I'm going to be painting anything realistic or figurative or anything like that. Not that that would ever happen anyway, because I just can't do that. Okay, so this is what the little box looks like, and it looks very similar to the last one that I bought. Open it up and see what we've got inside. Oh, I've got packing chips. I hate packing chips. I hate them so much. A lot of you has told us though that these are biodegradable, aren't they? Oh my god, one of my lights have just started to like flicker. Which one is it? I just put a new bulb in my overhead light and it started to go crazy. It's still flickering, man. It's this light, it's not even the big light. What is going on? All my lights are flickering. Please stop. I don't believe it, like every single one of my lights is flickering. Why are you all doing that for? Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, I can't concentrate. The two of my box lights at either side of us are flickering, both at the same time. It's gonna give us a headache. Do you think I can film without them? Oh, is it really dark? It's so dark, isn't it? I'll just give it a couple of minutes, see if it sorts itself out. You won't be able to see it on camera, but it's gonna really drive us mad. If you can see flickering lights in this video, I can only apologise. I'm gonna have to buy some new ones. They're quite old, to be fair. Okay, let's get back to this kit. Right, so we've got some silk paints in here. I'm not sure what these things are. I'm hoping the instructions tell me. I've got a pongee silk scarf. Oh, I'm going to be so fashionable. And another pongee silk scarf. So this one's 28 by 28 centimeters. This one's 55 by 55. A little paint palette. A stretcher bracket kind of frame thing. Is this just a pen? Yep, and some instructions. Oh wait, no, I've got some other things. I've also got a lining agent, and I've got a paintbrush. Right, well, I'm gonna have a read of the instructions. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. I'm just painting on silk, aren't I? But I'll read them just in case. My lights have stopped flickering. Yeah, they've both stopped flickering. I don't know why they keep doing that for. I'm still going to buy some new ones because that's happened before. And I changed the bulbs on them as well, so it's definitely not the bulbs. I want some more compact ones anyway. Anyway, I'm just talking about nothing, aren't I? Shut up, Ant. I'll read these instructions and then we can finally start painting. Like, who knew there would be so many instructions and steps just to do a bit of silk painting? It's quite detailed though. It's way better than the last one. Right, so my first step is getting the frame and the silk prepared, because you want your silk to be really stretched out and taut. Yeah, because it says that it needs to be pinned so there are no ripples or slack areas, because paints will run and collect in these areas. It says iron out any creases. I'm not ironing anything. Okay, so I need to put together this frame. I assume it just goes in like that, doesn't it? Or does it go like that? It doesn't tell me whether my frame's supposed to go this way or that way. Well, I'm assuming it has to go this way. This can't be right. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. No, this is right. It's me being an absolute idiot. Of course it works fine. My brain couldn't comprehend how things go together, but it just slots in. It's early on a morning. That's what I'm blaming. Okay, that's my frame put together, and that was actually very, very easy. You didn't need any instructions. It was just me not being able to use my brain. Right, I'm gonna start with this shorter bit of silk. And these metal things are just your pins to keep it in place. Okay, so you have to pin it at the center first. Do these just like shove in then? Do I need a hammer? Oh no, I think that worked. Okay, I think I'm doing this right. It's a very similar process to when you make a canvas from scratch, if you've ever made a canvas from scratch. You have to start from one side, staple it, and then move on to the other side exactly opposite to it and staple it again, just to make it as taut as possible. Definitely haven't thingied that properly, have I? It won't fit. It's just a little short. I think I haven't centered my fabric properly. I'm gonna have to unpick all this and do it again. We're off to a great start, everyone. This is going very well. Right, I'm gonna start this again and do it properly, hopefully. In fact, I'm gonna use the longer bit. The thing is as well though, if you've got this long bit and you're putting it onto here, you're gonna have a lot of just empty space, aren't you? I'll do the short one. I'm in a very indecisive mood today, if you can't tell. This fabric's not cut right. It's not cut right at all. Look at that. That's not a perfect square. There's one corner that's just a bit too short. I think they've given me a defective bit of silk. I've measured that pretty much perfectly, and there's one corner every time that just doesn't match up. And it's not my fault. I know it's not. I'm going for the big one. I think it's these kits from this company. I don't think they're very good. Start this entire thing again. Okay, that's done. That took ages. That's nice and bouncy, nice and tight. That's exactly how you want it, I think. Right, now what do I do? Okay, so you can draw your design with this violet pen, and apparently the marks disappear within 2 to 4 days. Is that after washing, or does it just magically disappear? Oh no, it says auto fade vanishing pen. Never heard of that before. Oh, got a magic pen here. Also, you can do quite a lot of different things with it. You can put salt on it and it absorbs some of the colour. You can add some water. It annoys me though on this kit. It's talking about all these different methods affecting the colours of the silk paint. However, all their images are in black and white, so I can't tell what it's actually done to the colours. The thing is, this is the last kit that I'm buying from this company because they're just absolutely crap. I think I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. So you've got this thing, the Gutter, or Gutter, which is basically an outliner. You've got your violet pen, which you can trace your design out and it automatically just disappears. This Gutter stuff, I think it washes out after a while, and apparently once you've taken the pins off here, the little holes that it's made, they just disappear somehow. I don't know how that works. And in order to fix the paint onto the silk, you need to wash it at 40 degrees and then you need to iron it. Can't be bothered to do that, like. So what shall we go for? Shall we go for some flowers or something? I'm assuming this Gutter stuff is kind of like in henna, and it basically acts as a barrier so that the paint can't seep into the rest of the silk. Oh, this is just a clear gel. I thought it was going to be black. Yeah, for some reason I thought this was going to be like a black outline, but it's definitely not. It's just a clear thing, kind of like a glue. Oh, I don't know what to do. What kind of flowers shall we go for? It's not the easiest thing to control. Oh, actually, it's not too bad once you get the hang of it. Flowers aren't very symmetrical though, are they? Well, they kind of are, aren't they? Mine's not going to be. Because I want to do different things, I'm going to do that with the barrier, and then I'm just going to do some, maybe some like washy, dunno, some like colours or something. I just want to have fun. Instructions take all the fun out of anything. Let's have a look at this paint. I think the only positive comment and the only compliment I'm going to give this kit is the fact that it gives you a crap ton of paint. Like, you've got 3 different colours and that's a lot. They could have easily given you like half the size of that. So I appreciate that. Don't appreciate anything else so far. Okay, let's see what these paints are like. They're very, very liquidy. I'm thinking I want to do kind of like a green washy background. And then for the flower, obviously I want like reds and oranges and purples. That's the only colours I can mix, isn't it? Swear down. I feel like I'm not having a very good day today. Okay, let's try this again. Blue. I give up. I think these paints could do with being in like a little squeezy bottle or something, because they're just very hard to get out. Okay, let's dive into some painting. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is really nice. It's very easy to paint with. It just kind of spreads out. Yeah, I think that barrier stuff's really important if you don't want your paint to go everywhere, because it just travels through the silk like there's no tomorrow. It's a very flat paint as well. Obviously there's like no texture to it. It's just very smooth. I'm kind of into it, you know. I bet you it's way nicer to create really abstract flowy designs than super literal ones. That's alright, isn't it? The only thing is as well, because obviously the barrier's there, I'm wondering what it'll look like underneath the barrier. Will it just be the white line from the fabric? So I kind of wanted it to be black, like a nice outline. It feels just very therapeutic and relaxing. It's not a stressful medium, and it's not a stressful thing to do either. It's calmed me down. Well, there's my flower done. It doesn't look too much like a flower. What I will say though is that the paint that you use, it bleeds everywhere. It just travels all the way through all of this. So definitely using that barrier is something that you would need to do if you wanted to create something like a flower. But for this background bit, I want to just go for just colour. I just want to go for just lots of colour, lots of wishy-washy, watch it kind of bleed into one another and see what it can do. Just as a bit of an experiment, really. I think just like everything, it's practice makes perfect. And obviously I've never done this before, so I think it's always fun just to push it and see what it can do. See, if you look there, I obviously haven't built my wall thick enough, the barrier, so that purple's just bled into the orange. So you would have to use that gel stuff quite thickly and quite generously. But I think this is more exciting. Look at that. Yes. See, I wish I hadn't bothered doing the flower. I wish I'd just done the entire thing with this. It's so much more fun. I feel like I might have got carried away. Okay, well, I think I'm kind of done with that. I kind of feel like I've ruined this one. If I'd just stuck to abstract painting, I think this could have looked way better. I can't lift it up really either because it's still soaking wet. Shall I try? I kind of like it. I like it for what it is. It almost looks psychedelic. Obviously, I've been incredibly messy and I've got this stuff absolutely everywhere. And I'm not going to do this small one because it doesn't fit the frame. But what I find annoying about this entire kit as a whole, the frame doesn't fit these bigger pieces of fabric. The frame didn't fit the smaller piece of fabric. So when this design's completed, I'm just going to have loads of leftover white space. I don't know. I like silk painting. I just don't like this kit. I think that's why I'm feeling very conflicted. Also, I don't have the time, unfortunately, in this video to wash it and press it and all of that kind of other stuff. So this is what you're gonna see. But I might do something with it. And if I do, I'll pop an image on Instagram. So go follow me over there if you want to. Because I might do something with this border. I don't know what I might do. I feel like it needs something. But I also just don't know what else I can do. I think if I keep adding any more colour and any more stuff to it, it's just gonna turn to nothing, isn't it? It's just gonna be a big blob. I think if I was to do silk painting next time, I would much prefer just to buy a big roll of silk, stretch it out in a different way rather than pinning it and fanning on and doing all that kind of stuff with it, and then just going in with brushes and marks and different colours and being way more creative with it. That's why I struggle sometimes with craft kits, because I feel like sometimes it's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and you're done. And I don't like that. I like to be more experimental. I like to just do it my own way. I don't know, but that might just be me. That other people might disagree. They might like rigid rules, and I just don't. It puts me off, it really does. I don't know whether anyone's noticed that. I'm starting to realise that myself. Yeah, so with that being said, I'm gonna have to give this kit 2 weird flowers out of 5, because I don't think it was that great of a kit. And it could potentially be because I've got that paper making craft kit in the back of my mind somewhere that's affecting my judgment. But silk painting, I would give that 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely do it again. But let me know what your thoughts are on silk painting, especially if you've tried it before and done it before. Were you very creative and experimental? Were you quite rigid with it? What worked for you? So yeah, definitely not wasting any more money on their craft kits. I'm really not. I don't like them. But if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next week for hopefully a slightly more put together video. I feel like this has been all over the place.